are going through. Allow me return to studio and we take charge of our business update discussion, where we are looking at the insurance sector and the role of agents in ensuring that business goes on. What we know is that currently the country's insurance players are as many as 134, including 8 life insurers, 2 micro insurers, 3 reinsurance brokers, and 51 insurance brokers. That the Association of Agents in the country is looking at streamlining the conduct of business on behalf of insurance companies, and one of such ways is the Insurance Agents Awards that will be out 2023. I'm now joined by Mr. Bengo Badru. He's the Life and Pensions Manager at Uganda Insurers Association, just to take us through what is in store for this particular awards. But before we get into the awards proper, let me just ask about the insurance landscape and its growth over the last few years. We shall be understanding shortly what agents do and exactly how they do their business. What is the growth projection?
The growth projection has been quite substantial over the last 3-4 years, despite the rigors of COVID. And we've been almost registering 20% growth per year in terms of gross written premiums. And for last year, although the official figures will be coming out around July, August, at least the unaudited figures report almost close to 1.5 trillion, which was collected for the year 2022, compared to 2021, where we recorded almost 1.2 trillion. So an extra 300 billion is quite great. It's quite great, despite the fact that there were effects of COVID and the whole economy and the whole business landscape was disrupted by the effects. But we have managed to wither through, and we have recorded a substantial growth.
Okay. As before we come on air, I was trying to get my mind around how insurance companies do their business, and I understood that agents are very critical in taking these policies and other product portfolios to clients or the people. Who is an insurance agent?
An insurance agent is a financial advisor, literally. Yeah, who reaches out to an individual, but in our case here in Uganda, they are tied to particular companies. Okay. In other markets, they could be independent, then they offer financial advisory related services. But in our case here, they are tied to particular companies, the life companies you talked about, the non-life companies you talked about in your introduction. So they are tied to them, and then they sell particular products affiliated to that product, to that company.
To the company.
Yeah, so then they are the agents, they are the representative of that entity, on behalf of or in respect to the client that they're prospecting.
So it is their work that forms the gist of the Insurance Agents Awards?
Yes, there is work that forms that, because here now we come out as the industry, as the insurance fraternity, to reward the best performing agents. Because I've told you that now these act as the linkage between an individual person who is buying insurance to the company. So they are the linkage in there. So we come out and then we rewarded them. We rewarded the best performing. The industry has almost close to 4,000 agents.
4,000 agents.
Agents spread out in the whole country, but affiliated to different companies. So now here, these awards basically are going to bring out the best of the best, to be rewarded, to be appreciated, and to be recognized.
Okay, so who is, you've already talked about the fact that there are 4,000 agents across the country. There's an association to that effect.
Indeed.
So eligibility concerns, and I also talk about when this particular gala is due to take place, the awards.
Yeah, the award is going to be tomorrow at Hotel Africana.
As well as tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow, Hotel Africana.
Interesting there.
Nile Hall. And so here we are going to reward the best of the best among these 4,000 agents. And the difference this time around is that we've been rewarding the best life agents, but now we are adding a component of the motor third party as also a platform to recognize the best of the best who have sold the most number of premiums through the platform. Because as you are aware, we launched, or the government launched the motor third party platform, where every driver is required to pay motor third party through the phone. And so now that platform collects premium, which we monitor. So we are going to reward the best of the best among the agents who have been also collecting through that platform.
Oh, okay.
So now this time round, we are rewarding the best motor third-party agents and also the best life insurance agents.
All right. When you talk about awards, professionalism and excellence come to the fore. Now, like any industry, insurance does grapple with aspects of professionalism. What is being done to ensure this is streamlined?
First of all, agents, by the virtue of their work, they have to be licensed by the regulatory authority of Uganda. And once they are licensed, by the time they are licensed, they're also tied to a particular company. So one of the requirements is licensing. And now this licensing goes hand in hand with the training. We have the Insurance Training College, which also accredits and it trains these agents before they are licensed. Now the beauty with it is that anyone can join the industry. By the time you're licensed, you have at least passed through that threshold of training and you have attained the required skills for you to be able to articulate insurance concepts and also be able to analyze and be able to offer financial guidance in terms of risk mitigation, in terms of risk awareness, in terms of risk sort of protection to the different people who might be interested in buying insurance.
Over the years, there have been complaints by some clients about quack agents, and how they manage to seep through the system is something that, given the fact that it seems to be very tightly knitted.
Yeah, true. That's why we've come up with the accreditation, because at least each and every agent should have a license. And if you're out there and you have an agent with you who links you to any particular insurance company, you should be asking out for the license. The license. So they have a license number, which is attached to them, but also the fact that there is training. There are some arrangements that have been put in place to ensure that agents are as professional as they ought to be. From requirement through the company, because also the company does background checks on some of these agents, and by the time the names are forwarded for licensing, indeed they have been screened and they are the right people who can interact on behalf of the company, because remember, they're representing the company.
That is right. Now you'll agree with me that insurance itself still has a long way to go, especially when it comes to making headway into the minds of the Ugandans, especially those at the grassroots level. And since agents do much of this work reaching the clients, one would be concerned and ask, why don't insurance companies themselves sell their products? Why do they need an agent? Is the product, does the product have issues?
Well, based on the fact that people think insurance maybe is complicated, and people maybe do not understand the environment around themselves, the risks around themselves. So it is quite rare, world over, it's quite rare for people to go and then buy insurance themselves. Although in some markets, people understand because the culture has been inculcated into them that you need to have insurance. Some markets like India, it's the norm. People know, people know that at least there should be some bit of cushion. But in our markets here, people don't appreciate until something has struck. Fire first gets a place, fire first gets a building, and people remember, I wish I had the fire insurance policy. So
okay.
in this arrangement,
on that,
in this arrangement, that's why companies now hire professions, hire people, hire Ugandans, train them, they make them professional, and then send them out there to represent them legally as their agents.
Okay. Again, where are the awards going to be? The
awards are going to be at Hotel Africana tomorrow, 27th of April. And I think the event will be starting at around 2 p.m. where we shall have now, this time we are going to have an agent convention. An agent convention, we are going to sit and dissect issues relating to agents in terms of professionalism, in terms of training, in terms of taxation, in terms of the payouts to them, like commissions and all that. And then this now will be followed by the award ceremony where we shall reward the best of the best for the year 2022.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Bengo. a life and pensions officer at Uganda Insurance Association. That will do it for this business update, and indeed morning at NTV. I'm grappling with a little bit of flu, and it's acting on me in the most brutal of fashions. Allow me to say goodbye. And